What's up YouTube, Barcode here. Today I'm going to bring you a video. This video is going to be about to keep or sell runes. Which ones to sell, which ones to keep. Just want to talk about today, the patch did come out. The EXP booster for most, not everyone, but for most is bugged right now. The XP tiles have been increased for the majority of the map. But however, the EXP booster, if applied after the patch, does not double that EXP. It doesn't even increase it at all. I put in a ticket with support and hopefully they will take care of it. What I want to tell you about today is runes. Which ones to keep, which ones to sell. There is multiple different reasons why you would keep a rune that may not look good. There's also a couple different reasons why you would sell a rune that could be potentially good, and I will talk about that after this run is over. So this is my dot team. Sometimes my dark dog dies, but does pretty well. This is floor 7, 2 minutes 47 seconds on a dot team. It's okay. I still have some rune improvements that I want. I want to put a eruption on Laura, and I don't know if you noticed on the auto, I only have it on 2. I don't use the ultimates, and that's because ultimates take a global cooldown and take priority over any heals or anything like that. I talked about this in a recent video about damage over time, so you may be familiar with that. So floor 7, it drops 4-star, 5-star, and rarely 6-star runes. If you're at this point in the game and you're farming floor 7, I would honestly just sell most 4-star runes because you're looking for the 5-star good runes and the 6-star runes. So I would actually sell this. I would run Omen non-stop just to show you what potentially drops, but I'm just going to go to my rune inventory and kind of go from there. Alright, on to the runes. Runes can be deceiving at times. Rune sets are optimally the best thing you want to do, but this early in the game, when you don't have many options to go by, you really have to look outside of the box. For example, this rune here is a beast rune. It's a 5 slot, which when I count slots, by the way, when I talk about in chat, and some people are confused. There's 6 slots, and in the order of chronological order: first slot, second slot, third slot, fourth slot, fifth slot, sixth slot. Okay. So what I want to talk about is pretty much, this is a 5-slot rune, which is always going to be a flat primary stat. There is speed and effect accuracy on this rune, and it's a 5-star. So the higher star rating you get, and when you roll it out, meaning upgrade it, you get higher chances of higher increases into those subs. So when I say speed and accuracy, yes, it's a beast rune. However, I can use it as a broken set. Broken set meaning, say I have a servant on eruption, which is a 4 set, and then you have 2 spots left. Optimally, you would want a 2-set rune to complete the 6 runes. However, it's all about overall stats. Yes, you could complete it with a 2-set, however, it might not be the best stats. So for here, for example, this is a beast rune. You know, speed and accuracy in beast is in a beast set really isn't optimal. However, if this rolls twice into speed, you have a potential to get a lot of speed just in that broken set. Effect accuracy, which is fine. It depends on this second roll. If it hits speed, I will keep this and possibly put it on someone who I want to have a lot of speed and a lot of accuracy, like Laura's, or someone who wants to land debuffs consistently. 16% accuracy and 4 speed. 7 resist. I'm gonna keep this rune just to see. Sometimes, let's for the sake of this video, let's just roll it out to a +9 and see what the next substat is. If it's a decent substat, I'll keep it. If it's a flat stat, then I'll probably just sell it. So let's get this going. So when you think about keeping or selling a rune that drops in Omen, you just always want to think outside the box. Also, the typical thing you want to look for is if it's Beast or Havoc, you would want substats of attack, crit, and crit damage. Okay, and then the last one to be speed. Okay, so with this, I'm just going to keep it. It's not a flat stat. I don't know what I would use it. Eventually I may sell it, but it just depends on the actual monster. Since it's so early in the game and a lot of monsters' skill sets are kind of the same, I'm going to keep it just on that basis. If they change a Nat 4 to have a different skill set, which could be, attack based, not critting abilities, this would be good for that. Like, for example, a bomber in Summoner's Barf. Affect accuracy, attack to increase the bombs, and speed. So you just never know. It's got good substats. It's all good substats. There's no flats, so I'm going to keep it. Like I was stating before, but typically when you look into rune sets, you will want to have the optimal substats. Beast and Havoc, you would want attack, crit damage. With Blade, if you're going to put Blade set on a Servant, you're trying to get the most crit possible. So when you get a Blade set, if it doesn't have crit on it, 9 times out of 10 you're going to sell it. The whole purpose of putting Blade is for your Servant to crit. So here's a 4-star Blade rune. It has speed and crit 6% attack on it. I'm going to see what it rolls out to. I always, if it's got decent substats, I'm gonna always roll it out at least. The first +6 does not cost much gold, so it's always the potential of having a good rune is hard over the potential of just selling it and never knowing. Once you do enhance it to a +6, it's roughly about 6,000, 7,000 gold, so it's not much. So it's just something to think about. 9% attack, 5 speed. I personally probably would have sold it previously because I'm not looking for 4 stars. However, I just wanted to show you that the potential of doing this, keeping a rune like this, if you're at that level, like a F5 Omen, this would be a decent rune, even though it doesn't have crit, but you don't know what that 3rd or 4th slot is. So decent attack, decent speed, effect accuracy, it's all good substats you want to have. You never really want flats optimally. So I'm going to roll this out and see what we got. So we got one more plus. I'm getting pretty decent luck. Okay, so crit damage. Okay, these are low substats, but if you're at this point in the game that 4-star runes are good for you, you may want to keep this one. Here's an example of a rune that I saw in Omen, but I wanted to keep it just to show you. It's a skill rune, it's accuracy. I would sell it outright. The reason being is accuracy is really needed on either A, damage over time, or B, debuffers. So HP is good, but the crit damage, you're not going to be building for crit damage if you really want a skill rune on a Servant. So this was pretty much an automatic sell for me. Even though it's 5 stars, it's pretty much a sell for me, and that's what I would recommend. Here's another example of a different skill rune. It was a legend 4-star skill rune that dropped in Omen F7. I kept it just to see what the substats would roll out to. Whenever I see a legend rune and regardless of the substats, there's 2 flats in here. I'll roll it out to a +6, and what I want is literally every roll to go into crit rate. If it does, then I'll go to +9. Crit is very important in any type of game like this, so I always try to roll it out to see as much as I can. If the first roll is in a flat stat, I'll just automatically sell it. Like I said, losing a rune potentially without knowing, but now I know because it rolled into the flat stat. You know, that was what, you know, 2,500 gold, 3,000 or something like that. So you sell it, you still make money on the deal. So don't just keep selling runes unless you're a whale and you just sell everything. But don't just sell a rune without even trying it at first if it has the potential. Here's an example of a resist rune. So resist runes are kind of debatable whether to use them or not. You can get, no, especially for tanks, you can get, you know, HP or you can get resist substats in other runes, and then get like a life set bonus and have that set effect of life, you know, the plus, you know, 15% into here, and then not have to worry about the resist rune. However, since it's a 5-star and there's a HP %, and I know at least these are the only 2 substats that will roll into it, what I'm looking for is a double HP %, because the only reason I would have anyone wear a resist rune, it would be for a tank, and I want that HP %. So let's roll it out and see what we get. I used to actually have a water executioner in the beginning that had 100% resistance, and that was because I was wearing full set of resistance, and he was pretty hard to take down. So there's one roll in the HP, and that was a big roll. That was a +7% roll. So if I get another +7, that's going to be 19%, which would be more than just a life set. And like I say to everyone, it's optimally, yes, you will want rune sets. However, it's just mainly about the overall stats. So 7 speed, 12% HP. I'm going to roll it out to a +9. If it's defense %, I'll probably keep it. If it's not, then I'll sell it. So we still haven't spent too much gold on it. That we're getting around the 10,000 mark here. So I'm going to be profitable wise under. However, it's better to know that if I do end up selling it. 12% substat this early in the game for a slot 1 rune is not that bad. So let's see if I can get this. Okay. I'll keep it just because, but optimally I would probably sell it. Here's another example of a rune. Petrify rune, 2 flat stats in it. However, it's a 5-star rune, has a set, so if you ever see a stat right under the primary stat, that's a set stat that can never be upgraded or changed. So it has 7% attack, which is pretty good for a set stat. There is 2 flat stats, but here is the crit rate. So I could potentially, at a max, 2 max rolls or 3 max rolls, have this at 26% crit rate. The odds of that being very low, but you never know. So if this rolls into crit, not the first time but the second time, I might keep it and not sell it. So first roll is flat. If I can get a +7 on the crit rate, then I'll probably keep it. anything less, then I won't. So let's see what we get. First try? Alright. So I got a +5 on the crit. I'm going to keep it, and I would probably use this on a off broken set, depending on it, just because it's this early in the game. If we were later in the game, I would probably sell it, but because it's this early, 7% attack, 10% crit, put this on a potential DPS monster, and you don't have to worry about 10% crit. Okay, here's another example of a good rune to watch out for. So, Havoc rune, which is a 4-set crit damage bonus. However, it's a 5-star, and it's defense, and it's slot 2. Now, you look at the substats, you know, there is a flat stat, but there's effect accuracy, which can be good for tanks. There's also HP percent, which is good for tanks. So, blocking out Havoc rune, it's pretty good stats for a tank. So I would want to see at least if this rolls into HP primarily. So we'll see what we do. +1. Okay, first roll is going to be an effect accuracy. Depending on the tank, you might not need effect accuracy, but the majority of them do, to land like a glancing on the enemy. Ishmael is a good example of why you need accuracy, because most of his skills either land an attack break or a glancing. If this lands on HP, then I'll keep it. Alright, so I'm going to sell this. I rolled it up twice. It's probably spent, you know, 7,000–8,000 on it, but now I know it's not a very good rune. Even though it's 5 stars, you might at your point in the game like that, but I don't. So I sell it for 8,500. So I don't really lose out. I didn't really keep track of what I started with in the beginning, but I don't think I lost out. So here's a primary example. Havoc, you would want a crit rate percentage on that. You still have 2 substats that you don't know what's there, so the potential of it being a good rune is there, especially since it has 7% set crit damage bonus, set stat as well. So what I'm looking for here is mainly 2 rolls into speed, and I'm more PvP oriented, so to me speed is crucial to get that first ultimate off. So let's see if I can get 2 rolls into speed. I never know when I could use this. This could be a broken set, or depending on what substats come up at the +9 or +12 level, then I would want to see. So I got a +5 roll on speed, which is decent for a 6-star. I think the lowest you can do on a 6-star is +4. I think the highest is +8. Okay, let's see what this is. If this is speed, then I'll probably keep it. Alright, good example. +15 speed on 2 rolls. Okay, I'm going to take it to a +9 if I have enough gold. If not, I'll be right back. Which I won't. So I'll be right back. Okay, so got some gold. Yep, I sacrificed my carrots for you guys. Not optimal to do. Don't spend carrots on gold unless you got real money coming into the game. But of course I'm going to probably fail 100 times on a +7. Yeah, I've seen this a couple times on 6-star runes mainly, not others, but hey, whatever I can do. So what I'm looking for here is crit rate. If not, if I don't get crit rate, it's still plus 15 speed. I will use it as a broken set on someone, either a healer who just, I want speed outright. Effect accuracy. So this could actually be useful on someone like Dark Dunklehound. So Dark Dunklehound, he wants as much speed as possible. You know, he wants accuracy to land his debuffs. Pretty much any healer, like Morio for attack break. This is just a good broken substat rune. Let me see if I can show you an example. Okay, perfect. So here's my Dark Dog, Dark Dunklehound. Right now he's currently at 98 plus 96, so 194 speed, 33 accuracy. Okay, I have an eruption set on him. However, my 3 slot and my 6 slot are broken sets. Okay, and what I shoot for is as much speed as I can and as much effect accuracy as I can. So in this case, let's see what I have. Here's my Havoc rune, 6-star Havoc rune. I'm going to gain 4 speed and 1% accuracy, and also 7 resist, which can be good. So I'm going to remove this. I'm waiting for my free rune removal day, just like the other game I throw up to every time I say the word. So I'm going to remove that, equip it. Now he has 198 speed. So small improvement in accuracy and small improvement in speed. Small improvement in resist. So even though it's not a set bonus, like I said, is optimal later on in the game, it's still a great rune. It doesn't have to be the perfect set rune for those substats. It's all about these overall stats. A fine example of that for me anyway is my Dark Ishmael, which for me, these are lackluster stats, and I'm very competitive, and I want to improve him so much, but I lack life runes. I lack iron runes. They just don't drop for me. So I have pretty much only 1 set bonus here. Well, 2 set bonus. I have a resist set and it's iron set. But I mean, they're the best runes I can. I mean, there's 18% HP. There's 51% HP. Resist. This resist. I could probably even change that up. I'd have to look at my runes. I haven't changed them in a while. See, that's a crappy rune, but it's got defensive 10. It was pretty much the only good rune I had at the time. 63 6-star defensive blade rune, but it has 16% health and 63% defense. An offset rune of beast rune, which if you, another example, this dropped an omen. It was HP percent, but it was beast, and I saw it had defense on it and resist and speed, so I kept it and I rolled it, and it rolled in the defense, and then it rolled in like crit damage and then resist. So it's just, you gotta think outside the box. The only exception to these rules, you know, thinking outside the box, for me, is eruption set. So eruption, every single eruption rune you have, you want speed on it. The whole purpose of having eruption set on someone is to go as fast as you can. So every single, see, this is plus 12, but I'm just gonna sell it because it's worthless. Yes. Every single rune you have with eruption should have a speed subset in it. Speed, speed, speed. No. Don't want that. Speed, speed. Okay. the whole purpose of putting an eruption set on someone is to go as fast as you can. So you want a speed subset or a speed main stat in slot 2. Hey girl. Hey girl. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please suggest and comment down below anything you'd like, any recommendations for new videos. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.